How's it going, everybody? This video right here is a video to explain how to use Sam Broadcaster 2. Let me just get this track out of here. So this is Sam Broadcaster 2, and today I'm just going to go through and show you the basics of this program. First off, I want to show you my setup, where I like to put all my windows and what they are, and then I'll go into detail about what each window does. Now, obviously, as it is a DJ program, up here we have the two decks, Deck A and Deck B, and in the middle we have the DJ control. So this is basically where all the music happens. You can fade and whatnot, and I'll go into detail about that in just a moment. Over here we have the history window. This is basically just where all the past 200 songs you've played go. So if someone asks you what you played, 5 songs ago, you can just count back and tell them exactly what it was. Over here we have the event log. This is where everything that's happened gets put into this log. So if you need to know something that happened a couple of minutes ago, you can just scroll down and find out. This here is the encoders window. This is obviously where you put your information in to DJs, so you can put in IP, import, and password, and connect to the online server. This here is just a simple clock. This sound effects window, this is where you import all of your sound effects that you can play over songs. So while a song is playing here, you can just push a couple of these buttons and they will play over the top. Right here we have the voice effects window. This is obviously where all the microphone stuff happens, so you can change the volume levels and the fade in, fade out time and all this sort of stuff. And last but not least, we have the playlist and the queue. The playlist here obviously is where you just import all of your music into so that you can put them in the queue to play, and the queue is where the songs line up to be played. Alrighty guys, now I'm going to go into a little bit of detail about each of these windows and what exactly they do, and a basic description of how to use them. So here I'll explain the decks and the DJ control. So obviously the decks is where the music come to play. So let's get a song up here into the deck A. So that's playing there. I'll keep it on mute so it's not too distracting. So obviously we have the play button, and in this version of Sam Broadcast, if you press the play button while it is in play, it'll simply just skip back to the start. If you press the pause button, it'll pause where it is, and the bar changes green so you know it's paused. If you press stop, it goes back to the start and stops where it is, so as you can tell by the green bar. And with the next button, it just goes straight to the next track, which there isn't one. So it has automatically put one in there for me, which is very good. Now these buttons here, Q is seek to queue point. So if you have a queue point, you press that and it'll go straight to where you've set it. Eject obviously just ejects the song from the deck. This is the fade button. So if you're not using the DJ control, you can simply just click this button and it will fade into the next song, which is now over here in deck B. And EQ brings up the EQ window, which is quite obvious. In this window you can change many settings and how the songs play, what's boosted and whatnot. And I stopped working there for a second. So this is where you can press deck A and you can put your equalize on, the presets and all this sort of stuff. Though I would advise, if you don't really know what you're doing with all this equalizer stuff, then I really wouldn't get too far into it without learning a little bit about it first, because you can make your track sound a little bit distorted, and it sounds pretty awful. Alrighty guys, now onto the DJ control. So this little window here has a lot of power in the program. We have the manual crossfade, which basically all it does is just fades from one deck to the other. It's fairly simple, and you've also got the auto button, so it will do it on its own, as you can see here. The manual fade down here, this is just if you were mixing a song live and you want one deck to be a little louder than the other, that's how you set that up. These two sliders here, they control the beats per minute of each song. So if you need to turn the tempo of the song in deck A up or down, you use this slider, and exactly the same for this slider here for deck B. Now these two sliders here I really don't know much about. they mess with the beat fade. So as far as I can tell, if you are looking to match the beats of the two songs in the decks, you can use these two sliders to do that. And I'm sure you can find another video on YouTube somewhere of someone explaining these here, but I don't really want to go into too much detail as I don't really know what's going on there. Over here we have the event log and the encoders window. Now the event log doesn't do anything but sit there, so that really doesn't need any explaining. The encoders window right here is what does. Let me just delete this encoder here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I create encoders. So the website iDJ4 uses MP3 and MP3 Pro. So whichever one you're using, just select that one and press OK, and you get to this window here. Now the site iDJ4 uses high quality and 128 kilobytes a second. 44.1 kilohertz in stereo. So I'll have that selected there, and I'll go into server details. Now I'm showing you how to use the shoutcast setting as it is the most common one. You'll put in here the IP of the radio server, the port, and the password, and so that is just the server details so you can connect. Over here is your stream title. So you put in your DJ name and the name of the radio, perhaps that you are DJing for. So name of radio. Here obviously you put the genre, or in some cases the site you are DJing for will ask you to put something else in there. You can type in whatever you need them to. So if it's I like pie, you can type in I like pie. And here is the website URL to which you are DJing for, and so that's fairly straightforward. So after you've put in everything there, you can click OK, and it creates the encoder here. And when you want to connect to the radio, you simply just click play and it will connect. It obviously isn't going to let me connect now, as I don't have proper details put in, but yes, that is how you connect to the radio. Alright guys, right here we have the sound effects and the voice effects window. These are fairly simple windows to use. Over here with the voice effects, we obviously have the two volume sliders here. How loud you want your microphone to be when talking, and how loud the music you want to be. So basically, this slider, when you have your microphone on, the music automatically comes down to a different level. So when you're talking, this slider sets the volume of the music. So automatically, when your mic is on, the music automatically comes down to this level. And at the moment, it's at about 20%. And these two sliders here set the fade in and fade out time, so how long you want your mic to take to turn on. So I have them set to roughly about 1 second, so that's my fade in and fade out time for my microphone. Now with sound effects here, these are basically just a grid of buttons where you can have sound effects assigned to each one, and pretty much while a song is playing you can just press any of these and the sound effect will play over the top. If you would like to import sound effects into this window, you actually have to go back over here to the playlist, and you have to go from special to sweepers, sound effects, all. When you get here, you just import it like you would do with music using the plus button here. Alrighty guys, and last but not least we have the playlist and the queue windows. Now these are the most straightforward windows in the program. The playlist, this is where you keep your music. To import it, you just use one of these options here to add singular files or add whole directories. You just use those windows and those options there to insert music. And this is the queue, and obviously, as I said before, this is where the songs line up to be played in the decks. So to put songs in the queue, you can click and drag, or you can simply just press enter and it will go straight into the queue there. Alrighty guys, this was my tutorial on how to use Sam Broadcaster 2. I really hope it was helpful and beneficial for you, and I hope you really learnt from this video. Thanks for watching.